eat some chicken.
Well,
Okay,
if you
we're
want,
live. I hope you didn't hear the chicken part, but I'm trying to have chicken later on before the next show. This is our second part of our crazy marathon. We did 2 hours from 12 to 2. Now we're back at 3. We'll be back again at 6 with our normal time. And we're picking up on chapter 22. It's actually going pretty quickly now. I think I told you, Paul, there's only 2 chapters that are going to be a pain because they're kind of large towards.
well, it just shows that
Yeah.
the followers of Islam don't know that their book is not organized by
Yeah.
the longest is first.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason. Okay, let's
Yeah.
go do our intro. Let's see if it works. Yes, please like and share, especially with your Muslim friends, if you have any. This is important, not just for Muslims, but for anybody who really doesn't know anything about the Quran. This will clearly demonstrate that if they read it, they're going to lose some brain cells. All right, let's bring it up. Okay, chapter 22, the pilgrimage. Okay, all right, let's get this show on the road. Now, notice, Paul, in the name of Allah, the merciful, the merciful.
He doesn't know he's merciful. He has to say it twice.
Yeah, but you see something there that looks like they were stealing from in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, well, they weren't able to repeat it, so it might offend and scare people.
But you notice that there's 3.
Yes.
Allah, the merciful, the merciful. Oops, come on.
Well, yeah, have we seen things that imply that Allah is a plurality, like the word us and we?
You missed it in the previous chapter. Allah likes to use ourselves and us. Yeah, that was very interesting. Oh, by the way, I got my external 2K video camera, but I also bought a trackball and mouse. Because I really don't like this pad. I buy the cheap stuff from China. You buy the cheap stuff from China, I'm pretty sure probably break and. Okay, so, yeah, go ahead.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, first one. Oh, you people, fear your Lord. Surely the shaking of the hour is a great thing. Okay.
What are they shaking?
I have no clue. Maybe they're having a party.
Maybe they're doing a little bit of rock and roll and they're shaking their bodies. I mean, I have no clue.
It could be. I guess this is supposed to be a prophecy. A day you see it, every nursing female will become shocked of what she had nursed, and everyone who is pregnant will deliver what she is carrying. And
aren't they supposed to deliver what they're carrying anyways?
You would think so, but Allah doesn't know that. Maybe he's thinking about Muhammad's mother who had him for 4 years.
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about that one.
Yeah. Okay,
a pregnant woman, for anybody who's never been married, a pregnant woman is a dangerous thing. You want to do everything you can to make them happy, and you never can.
What does Allah say? A day you see it, every nursing female will be, well, actually it just says every nursing. So without the female in there, you'd have no clue what Allah's talking about. Mm-hmm. Every nursing female will become shocked of what she had nursed. What? They don't know what they're nursing?
Don't they know? I mean, come on. Can you tell me that a woman wouldn't know who she or what she's I mean, it's like she doesn't have a name for her own child.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe she was nursing a goat. I have no clue. Maybe Allah, put a veil over her eyes and she didn't know what she was
I know what it is.
nursing.
I know what it is now. So you got to remember that Allah considers women stupid.
Oh, okay.
So if he considers them half-brained, like he treats them, and he says it, they don't have the intelligence of a male; they have half the intelligence. So if we're following Muhammad's directions and stuff, and the Quran and what it says on that, maybe he thinks they're too stupid to know who they're nursing.
I mean, it could be. And okay, and everyone who is pregnant. Why everyone? Why not and every woman who is pregnant?
I guess Allah thinks men get pregnant.
I guess so. Will deliver what she is carrying, and you will see the people drunk, and they are not drunk.
And wait a minute, they used a feminine pronoun, so maybe Allah does know that women get pregnant and not men.
Yeah, I mean, he did kind of fix himself towards the end. Okay, so you will see people drunk, and they are not drunk, but the torment of Allah is severe. That makes no sense.
So how can you see? Okay, they're drunk but not drunk. So they're at least acting drunk. Have you seen that with some people who have diabetes will appear drunk when they get a little bit too much sugar, or hypoglycemic as well. But yeah, I can get that. But the torment of Allah just likes torture. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but see, the thing is that by throwing the torment of Allah is severe, what does that have to do with verse 2?
It doesn't have anything, and
Right.
that's just normal Allah. I mean, he can't handle not talking about how he loves torture. I mean, you meet people who will meet a new girl and they'll talk about that new girl. The only thing that Allah continues to talk about is his love of torture.
I mean, seriously, I'm reading a verse that tells me that nursing females are going to be shocked once they find out what they're nurse. Okay. I think they would have been shocked from the first time they nursed them. And then every female that's pregnant will deliver what she was carrying. Like Paul said, that's what they do, And I'm going to see people that are drunk, but they're not drunk. But then all of a sudden, Allah comes out of the blue, or whoever this is. But the torment of Allah is severe. So what does that have to do with pregnant women and people being drunk and nursing? I mean, I have no clue. All right, let's go to
I don't think Allah does either. That's why he got so excited about torture again.
Okay. Oh, shoot. I was going to go to number 5. I forgot about number 3. And some of the people who dispute about Allah without knowledge and follow every rebellious Satan. Man, there's a lot of Satans. Okay. Don't know what that means. It is prescribed against him. Whoever takes him for a friend, I guess that's Satan. So he will lead him astray, and he will guide him to the torment of the blaze.
Wait, we have a problem here. Isn't Allah the one who chooses not to guide us?
Yeah. I mean, he practically helps Satan to guide people into hell.
Well, and then didn't he yell at Satan for not worshiping man?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and we also read the story of Adam. But except this one, Satan spoke to Adam and not Eve. And Satan didn't get cast out after denying worshiping Adam with the angels. So basically, everybody got kicked out. Okay. But it was Satan who deceived Adam, not Eve. He deceived Adam. Okay, I got to read what.
That's because you can't credit the woman for anything under Islam, not even doing what's wrong.
Muhammad's concept of conception is written here. Okay. Oh, that should be fun. Oh, you people, if you were in doubt of the resurrection, so surely we created you from dirt, then from nafta,
which is a little bit of water or a lot of water.
Yeah, or a little drop of sperm, then from a clot. Well, if you've been created from dirt, then you can't be created from a nutfa, and then you can't be created from a clot because you've
Well, we
already
have a
been
problem
created
with a
from dirt.
clot part. No, he says these are different stages.
Yeah.
So there's dirt first, then there's
Right.
nutfa,
Right.
then there's a clot, then there's pieces of flesh. So these are actually stages.
Right. But here's the problem: the part where okay, surely we created you from dirt. That only applies to Adam. Nobody was created from dirt afterwards.
Well, Allah doesn't see. Islam has taken this as these are stages, which is hilarious.
Yeah, but you and I never went through a stage of dirt.
Yeah. Well, and
And
we never went through. And enough. Again, it's only water, so
right.
it's not sperm; it's water, and it's a little bit of water or a lot of water. It's not clear. It's one
I
of the
mean,
other.
it could have been what's that dam? That Hoover Dam,
The Hoover Dam.
or it could
Yeah,
have
it
been
could
a
be.
few drops.
Yeah. Then from a clot. A clot is something dead. Okay, it is
Right.
dead blood. That's what clots
Yeah,
are formed from.
a clot is not something that anything gets created from. A clot
If it's a
comes,
clot, it's dead. I'm sorry.
yeah, or it will
So
make,
you're not
or it
alive.
will. If it's not dead, you will be dead from the clot.
Yes.
Then pieces of flesh, like what are they?
Okay, so it's not
Created,
alive. That's the important part
yeah,
here.
created and uncreated to show you. Show me what?
Wait a minute. If you uncreated it, didn't you just kill it?
I guess so. Well, created and uncreated. So did you create it and then you uncreated it? Who
Then you
knows?
killed it.
Yeah. And we cause whom we will to remain in the wombs for an appointed time.
Well, I guess that's how he explains Muhammad's existence.
Yeah, it could be. That could be the verse. Then we will bring you forth as infants. Okay. Then permit you to reach the age of strength. What age is that?
Notice, and it's interesting because we talk about in the Torah we learn about an age of confirmation. It's the age of 12, and Jesus has something happen at the age of 12, and there's things we learn about, but again, the con man language, you speak in generalities, you never give specifics, you don't give any details. This is con man language.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you give an age, but you don't tell anybody about it. It's non-specific, so you get people to believe anything they want about it. This is con man language.
Now, here's funny. And some of you will die. I could swear all of us will die. That is the one thing we start doing the minute we are born. We start to die. And some of you will be given back to the worst age. Oh, Allah's gonna send you back in time to a worst age. So
Is this a statement of like reincarnation in different dimensions? I mean,
okay. So they will not know after knowledge anything. Well, that doesn't make sense. If you have knowledge, clearly you know something.
That's really confusing.
What's
I mean,
the
even the
purpose?
concept, they will not
Yeah.
know after knowledge. Wait a minute. It's just like saying knowledge is stupid.
It could be.
Why would you do any learning? This is sad. The wording is worse than anything I've ever seen.
Right.
Hey, you guys got to remember, we are talking about the Quran and its knowledge.
Right. I mean,
apparently there's none there. I'm sorry.
If I'm going to become stupid after knowledge, then hey, I'll be stupid without the knowledge because I'm not learning anything, except that Allah is a very confused guy.
Well, definitely doesn't know a lot. But then we have the Allah. I mean, that's the God of perhaps. What do we want?
So, Larry, this is what you missed. Okay. Oh, people, fear your Lord. Surely the shaking of the hour is a great thing. Okay. A day you see it, every nursing female will become shocked of what she had nursed. Now, I'm pretty sure they know what they were nursing. And everyone who is pregnant will deliver what she is carrying. That is what you're supposed to do. And you will see people drunk, and they are not drunk. But the torment of Allah is severe. Now, I have no clue what that, but the torment of Allah is severe have to do with the above. But that's okay. Nobody knows. That is Allah for you. All right, let me see the cheek coming in the bag. No.
Hey, I got to say, thanks for reading that. I got a good laugh out of that.
Yeah, I mean, we were like stumped here. How do you breastfeed something and not know what you're breastfeeding?
Oh, that is. I mean, I mean, he calls women half-brained. Basically he says they're not intelligent as men, and yet their God, this Allah, doesn't understand the concept of breastfeeding. He doesn't understand what happens. I mean, this could only be written by a male who's never been married.
And I mean, and even if you were blind, using your tactile senses, you would kind of get
Wow.
an idea if you're nursing a baby. Okay, I got two hands, I got two
I
feet.
mean, I mean, if you're an old guy, maybe in your late 50s, and you've never gotten a woman pregnant, maybe, I mean, maybe you might have that. Oh, we could be talking about Muhammad.
I mean, it could be. Okay, and you have seen the earth barren. So when we send down the water on it, it stirs and swells and grows every kind of beautiful pear.
Pair of
Okay.
what? I mean, okay. Well, that's a pair of singular. What are we talking about? You've seen the earth barren, so we send down the water. Okay, so there's rain that comes down, stirs and swells, and grows every kind of beautiful what? Pair of what?
I don't know. A pair of unknowns. Okay, this is because Allah is the truth. Okay.
But
And he
we
will
don't
give
even know
life,
what he did, so how can we know he's true?
and he will give life to the dead, and he has might over everything. Now I'm thinking that he will give life to the dead. He's talking about the dead plants or whatever.
Okay,
What it could
life
be.
to dead plants. Well,
Yeah.
okay, does that really mean he's alive, or does that mean there's life-giving quality in water?
Yeah, could be.
Apparently, that's something that Allah doesn't know.
Allah doesn't know that his water, is
Has life-giving quality.
necessary. It is necessary for life. We are not made from water. We are not created from water. We consist of a large portion of water. Okay, verse number 7. And that the hour is coming, no doubt about it. And that Allah will raise up who are in the tombs.
So
Okay.
now we're talking about dead humans, and there's
Yes.
so he's raising up the people in the tombs. Wow.
Okay. He's doing a Jesus raising Lazarus. And among the people are those who dispute about Allah without knowledge or guidance or an enlightening book.
Well, that's Allah's fault, though. He chose not to guide us.
Allah didn't give him a book. Turning aside to mislead others from the way of Allah. And the world he will have disgrace. And on the resurrection day, we will make him taste the torment of the fire.
Oh, again, we have Allah's fascination with torment.
Yeah.
It's like
He's
we were
gonna
going on a singular topic here. Pretty much, it was almost consistent. It almost came close to flowing, which it really hasn't yet, but I'm being nice. And then he has to add more about his love of torture.
Yeah, he loves to torture you. Okay, number 10. This is because of what your hands have advanced, and surely Allah is not unjust to the servants. Of course, it's only fearing, believing servants, not just servants. Okay, let's get that out of the way. And some of the people who serve Allah on the edge, what? Are they like on a cliff? So if good falls on him, he is confident in it. And if sedition comes to him, he turns on his face. He lost this world and the hereafter. This is the clear loss. Ain't nothing clear, bro. Ain't nothing clear. He lost this world and the hereafter. So is he not going
So
to the
who's he?
hereafter? I don't know. Could be
He
Allah.
lost this world.
So he
Boy,
lost
that's
this
confusing.
world and the hereafter. So I guess you don't get resurrected. But how are you going to get punished by Allah if you don't get resurrected?
Wait, so again, I'm not figuring out. Allah's on the edge. So if good falls on him, so good can fall on Allah. Okay, he is confident in it. So is Allah confident in it, or is who's he?
Well,
I just don't get it.
I haven't seen Allah use the word say. So this is all Allah saying, and Allah's lost.
Allah is like Joe Dementia here. He doesn't know what
Yeah.
he's saying. If he doesn't know what person he is. It should be talking about I, not he. And when you're talking about yourself in the third person, we get concerned about your sanity. Well, I'm already concerned about that for this little god Allah. But he lost the world hereafter. This is the clear loss of what? Sedition comes on him. He turns his face. Sedition comes on Allah. Okay. It's so unclear. We don't really know what any of this means.
No, we don't. Okay. He calls on without Allah. Who calls on without Allah? I guess it's the
Calls what?
unbeliever.
How are we making a call? Are we getting on the phone? Hey, how you doing?
Which can neither hurt him nor profit him. This is the far era. Now, first of all, how can you hurt the Almighty God? Seriously. God's probably laughing in his chair saying,
well, my question is, again, we have another problem with who is he? Is he supposed to be Muhammad? Is it supposed to be a follower of Islam? What is he? If you're calling this he here.
Well, the argument that Muslims will make is that it's Muhammad.
So if Muhammad calls on without,
yeah, it would make no sense either way. And so far, in the 11 verses that we've read, there was nothing there that would imply that it wasn't Allah speaking.
This is scary stuff. To the point where, and this is supposed to be clear, and it's just gobbledygook. Right.
And of course, it says you can't hurt Allah. No.
Wait a minute. Why does it say that? Because it just implied that you could, which can neither hurt him nor profit him. But again, if that's Muhammad, this is the problem with a he here. Nobody knows if we're talking about Allah or Muhammad or who.
We have no clue. 13. He calls on him, we don't know who him, whose harm is closer than his profits. Okay. Wretched is the Lord, and wretched is the associate. Who is this wretched Lord? Is Allah wretched?
Allah has a Lord.
Could be. Unless somebody's calling Allah a wretched Lord.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Wretched Lord, and wretched is the associate. Okay, so would that mean Muhammad's the associate and Muhammad's wretched?
Apparently
it's right there in the Quran.
apparently Muhammad and Allah are a bunch of wretched, despicable, incoherent people. Okay, 14.
And you can get it right from the Quran.
Surely Allah will admit those who believed and did good deeds into gardens. Below them, the rivers flow. There we go again.
Water rivers under the land again.
Yeah. Surely Allah does what he wants. Okay.
Mr. Desert God.
Whoever was thinking that Allah will not help him in this world and in the hereafter, so let him stretch a rope to the heaven. Then let him cut it off.
Why would you do this if you don't think Allah is any... Allah's telling you to do something if you don't believe in him, and then he's sitting there laughing at you, stretch a rope to heaven. Well, why would we even bother thinking about it if we think you're a phony? This is crazy.
Seriously, how can you stretch a rope to heaven? Come on. So he will see if it can remove that which enrages him. So stretch a rope to the heaven, but then cut it. Now, do you cut it below you or you cut it in front of you? Because if you cut it in front of you, you're coming back down. And this is supposed to
That
help
just
you
doesn't make any
see.
sense.
And
Let
this
him
is
stretch.
supposed to help you see if you can remove whatever enrages him.
So
That's
let him cut it
enrages
off,
who's
so he
him.
will see if it can remove it. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Oh,
The
but
lack of incoherent. I mean, the amount of incoherence here is just amazing.
but this gets really interesting here. And likewise, we sent it down clear verses, and surely Allah guides whom He wants. Has anybody seen
Was
clear verses?
anybody's? Has this been clear any place?
I have not seen anything that's clear or coherent.
So again, I'm being kind and truthful when I keep telling people, if you think you can write clearly and coherently when you're writing in a second or third language that you're not really familiar with, then then maybe your concept of clearness is different. But this is definitely not written. This whole book is not written by someone who had Arabic as their first language.
Yeah, maybe second or third.
Well, in his case, maybe 12th. But I don't think I was that intelligent.
Okay, 17. Surely those who believed and those who are Jews and the Sabians and the Nasara and the Magi,
Magians.
number one, ancient Persian polytheists. And those who are polytheists. Well, I mean, if one is polytheist, why are we repeating polytheists again? Does it matter where they come from? Surely Allah will separate between them on the resurrection day. Surely Allah is a witness of all things. Okay.
So if Allah's present during all these things, do you think he would get one of these stories correct?
I'm telling you.
He hasn't gotten one yet correct.
All right, 18. Have you not seen that who is in the heavens and who is on the earth, and the sun and the moon and the stars and the mountains and the trees and the creatures and the many people worship Allah?
And I think he's trying to.
Hey Larry, what was the name? What was the name of that song?
Cats in the Cradle.
Yeah, Cats in the Cradle.
And the cradle and the silver spoon.
So you could kind of make this into, in the other chapter, there was one that was, it was a little bit easier to do it, but I'm like, in the sun and the moon and the day and the night and they swim in the orbit, something like that. Okay, have you not seen who is in the heavens? I don't know who is in the heavens and who is on the earth. I know who's on the earth, and the sun and the moon and the stars and the mountains and the trees and the creatures and many of the people worship Allah. So is he saying?
Here we're saying the sun, the moon, and the stars, and the mountains and the trees, and the creatures. And it's interesting. It says many of the people.
Yeah,
but,
apparently
they're all gonna. So you're gonna see moon, stars, mountains, trees, creatures bow down and worship Allah, and their concept of bowing down is banging your head on the floor.
Yeah. So it seems like all of those are going to be doing that, except only many of the people worship Allah. So, and we don't know what many means. 10%, 20%.
I thought
50%?
stars were missiles.
Well, yeah, they are.
So now we have inanimate objects. All these inanimate objects are just gonna. So missiles are gonna bang their. Well, I mean, if you have a missile and it bangs its head, doesn't it explode?
Yeah, especially if you're an ICBM or an hypersonic intercontinental ballistic missile that Russia might be using soon. Okay, and whomever Allah humiliates.
Hey, is this saying that there are people on the sun and the moon and the stars?
Could be.
I mean, this is another scientific miracle. I mean, Allah predicted Neil Armstrong on the moon. I get that. But I don't know about people being on the sun and the stars. That's a little far-fetched.
Yeah, well, given that the sun and the stars are basically the same. They're extremely hot. Okay, Allah, and many the torment is established against him. Okay, what does that mean? and many the torment is established against him.
So if it's tormenting, it can't be Allah having any torment against him because he likes doing the tormenting.
Yeah. And whomever Allah humiliates, so he will not have anyone to give him honor. Surely Allah does what he wills. Yeah, he does. Okay. Those are two debaters who dispute. Verb indicates 3 or more, grammatical error in Quran. Why am I not surprised? Those are two debaters who dispute concerning their Lord. So those who became infidels, garments of fire will be cut out for them above their heads. And
So wait, okay, we got infidels, and they're wearing clothes that are on fire. You're not going to be an infidel long, if that's the case. So I mean, you have garments of clothes, and above their heads. What's hamim? Does anybody know what hamim is?
I don't know, and there is no explanation.
Oh, so you have
And
fire,
hamim
and
is-
something gets
well,
poured on you.
Yeah, I was going to say, whatever it is, it's something that's poured. But we don't know what that is that will be poured. But your clothes are going to be made out of fire. Whew, that's some hot stuff.
I would, could put out the fire. That's the only thing that's possible.
Okay, 20. By it, by it will melt what is in their bellies and
What
their
is it?
skin.
The hamim?
The hamim is going to make your bellies melt and your skin melts. Ooh, that doesn't sound very good.
So it sounds like it made the fire stronger.
Yes. And there are whips of iron for them. Boy, you're going to get whipped with iron. Woohoo! Whenever
I want to see them try to. Iron doesn't really bend, so you're not going to be able to whip somebody with it like that.
Well, you could put like maybe balls of iron at the end of the whip. Who knows? Kind of like a cattail or cat o' nine, whatever.
Yeah, but that's not what it says. I don't think Allah understands the principles of metal.
No. Okay, 22. Whenever they wanted to get out of it from gloom, they were brought back into it and taste the torment of the fire. Surely Allah will admit those who believed and did good deeds, and to gardens below them rivers flow.
Oh, Allah just is that little desert God. He just can't get that concept of not the waters being up on land. He just can't.
Oh, but look, we're coming back to what we read before. They will be adorned with golden bracelets and with pearls. So now they added pearls. And their clothes, and in it are silk, and the other one, it was green silk robe, whatever. And they are guided to the good of the speech, and they are guided to the praised way. So Allah's going to bribe you in heaven with golden bracelets and pearls and clothes that are made out of silk.
I'd be scared if he started handing pearls out, because pearls are something, they call the boys with pearls, they get molested.
Oh, but here he forgot the couch, because in the other one they have a couch. So what happened to the couch? Surely those who became infidel and prevent others from the way of Allah and from the forbidden mosque. We don't know what this forbidden mosque is, because Allah doesn't say. Which we have appointed to the people alike for those who dwell in it. So people live in a mosque.
And again, all these generalities are con man language. When you speak in generalities, anybody can interpret it any way they want, and all of a sudden you're a genius. That's the problem with a lot of this.
Okay. Allah, from which we have appointed to the people alike for those who dwell in it, and for the stranger and those who desire to profane it unjustly. We will cause them to taste a painful torment.
Allah's love of torment. He can't leave that alone, can he?
I know. Okay, the pilgrimage to Mecca and the circling of the mosque in Mecca are copied from ancient pagan practices. What doesn't Allah copy? I mean, seriously.
Himself, I think he tries to copy himself every once in a while too.
All right, 26.
Well, hey, I'm kind of curious if he's copying, is the things that he copied this bad, or was he not a very good copier?
Well, he never gets them right. He never tells. That is what we were talking about the other day. He doesn't seem to get his story straight 90% of the time. So Allah is imperfect.
Allah, Allah, Allah. Ah, here we go. And when we showed to Abraham the place of the house, that you will not partner anything with me, and purify my house to those who march around and to those who stand or kneel in worship.
That's really confusing because I mean, how the place showed to Abraham the place of the house that you will not part. This we don't even know where this house is.
And also,
Abraham the place. He shows to Abraham a place of the house. We don't know what house it is. You will not partner anything with me. It doesn't have anything to do with the house or Abraham.
yeah, that's the thing. It looks like these came from different places, and they just chunked them
Like
together.
they took different attempts at sentences and sewed them together. And purify my house to those who march around. So there's going to be people marching around a house.
I mean, I could make another song of this. So when we show to Abraham the place of the house, that you will not partner anything with me, purify my house to those who march around and those who stand or kneel in worship.
Oh,
That,
yeah.
that kind of sounds cool. Okay, 27. And proclaim the pilgrimage to the people. Now, are we talking about Abraham proclaiming the pilgrimage to the people? Is Muhammad talking about, Muhammad, is Allah talking to Muhammad to proclaim the pilgrimage? Now, if people were doing pilgrimage since the time of Adam, why would people need to be reminded? This would be written in history. This would be in the tradition.
That's a big, huge point because the claim of the this is really big. There's a claim that Mecca existed way before Muhammad did, and here's a claim that the pilgrimage existed. I mean, they're saying after Abraham, but there's a statement here that the pilgrimage has to be told to people.
Right.
That's quite a statement.
So apparently this was not well known, or it got lost in history. People forgot. Because supposedly the Kaaba existed from the time of Adam.
But we still don't have any evidence that the Kaaba actually existed.
Well, we will on Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Okay. Oh, shoots. I was going to say I was going to stream it, but I'll be running. I won't have anything. But I can still download it and upload it. Okay. 27. And proclaim to the pilgrim. Okay. They will come to you on foot and on every lean mound, arriving by every deep way. I don't know what that means.
Oh, you're getting on a camel, a lean camel. Okay.
You don't want a lean camel. It ain't going to make it too far if it's lean.
Well,
it's going to flop over pretty soon. Okay, that means it hasn't
mostly muscular. I guess a muscular camel that's what I would look at this as. They'll come to you on foot in every lean mount. So there'll be some riding camels, some coming on foot, arriving by every deep way.
No idea.
Or they digging their way through the sand.
I mean, could be. To bear witness of its benefits to them. Benefits of what? The Kaaba?
We don't know.
And may remember Allah's name on known days, not unknown days, on the known days, for what he provided them from the animals of the livestock. I think 3 was animals.
This is confusing.
Yeah, 3 was animals, yes.
I mean, we got benefits to them. We don't. Why do you have? Okay, so why do we have days that aren't known? I mean, what's the purpose of having? I mean, that would mean that there are things happening in a different time period or time zone, or I mean, that's really it almost implies there's a different concept of time than what everybody else is talking about.
So I guess on the unknown days, you don't have to worry about remembering Allah's name. And
That sounds good. I'll take an unknown day.
Yeah. Unknown, okay, provided from them.
So the next time a Muslim says something about Allah, I say, sorry, this is an unknown day.
Allah says to only remember his name on known days.
Oh, yep, this is an unknown day. We don't speak Allah.
Okay, so for what he provided from the animals of the livestock, so eat from it and feed the despondent, the poor. So eat from it. Okay, almost implies that the animals are going to
eat from the livestock.
Yeah, eat from the livestock.
So okay, there's no cooking. Just grab an animal and eat.
Yeah, just grab that leg of lamb and just
don't bother skinning the animal. Just grab an animal and eat.
Okay, 29. Then let them complete the prescribed duties for them and perform their vows and march around ancient non-Arabic word. Okay.
Atiq. Okay, so another word that Allah knows and nobody else knows.
Yeah, something with a house, but we don't know what that means. Okay, 30. Actually, I think we're going to start chapter 23 on this show, because this one I think only goes up to 78, and we typically do a little over 50 per hour. Okay, 30. That and he who honors the forbidden ordinance of Allah, which we don't know what those are, so it is good for him with his Lord. Okay. And the livestock is lawful for you except those already specified to you. What does that mean?
How do we know which is which? Have we seen in here it says eat these but not those?
I have not seen anything where Allah says do not eat this. Maybe I think we've read something about the swine. That you could only eat the swine, like if you're dying.
Under Islam you're allowed to eat the camel, but that has the same issues.
Okay, 5 is falsehood. Okay. So avoid the uncleanness of the idols and avoid the I'm having a Joe Biden, the falsehood speech.
Wait a minute. I thought you were allowed to lie to non-Muslims in Islam.
I guess so. So avoid the uncleanness of the idols. Does that mean that there are idols that are clean?
This is confusing. Yeah, clean. So you have some nicely kept clean idols, and you have some dirty ones. You got to avoid the dirty ones.
I always keep my idols clean. It's a mess.
I've actually spoken to a Hindu, and the Hindu was talking about how he had to clean the idols. He had to clean his God every day.
Oh, hold on a second. There's somebody in the background. Somebody forgot to tell me that Leah was in the background.
She just got here. I was just waiting for you to finish your sentence.
Okay.
Don't worry. Don't have to condemn the guy.
So that means it was perfect timing that I decided to say, hey, let me go look in the screen.
Yeah. I'm with you guys. If you need anything with Arabic, let me know. I'm just working on the verse by verse here in Arabic thing too on the other side. So I'm tuning in. I'm just kind of like also tuning out.
No problem. Okay, those who unite Isa, Jesus of Muhammad, or anyone else with Allah will be destroyed. Number 6, a word without meaning. Wow. 31, the Hanafa to Allah. What? The Hanafa to Allah?
The word without meaning to Allah.
But I thought Hanafa was like the predecessor to Muslims. That's what Abraham was. Abraham was a Hanafa. Okay, Hanafa, we don't know what that means to Allah, and do not partner with him. And whoever partners with Allah, so it is like one falling down from the heavens. So the birds will snatch him, or the wind will carry him off to a distant place. I got bad news for you, Allah. You've ever heard of gravity? You don't get carried off any place. You go plop. And what bird is going to be able to snatch you? That's got to be.
That's one big bird. We got a pterodactyl flying around here.
I was just going to say, he must be referring to pterodactyls at the time of the dinosaurs.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And I guarantee you, the wind will not carry you off to any place. You will be hitting the ground.
Splat.
Okay. 30. Yeah. 32. That and whoever honors the rights of Allah, so surely it is of the piety of the hearts. So he's just talking about people falling off from the sky if they partner with Allah, and then all of a sudden he comes and he talks about something else. Okay.
This again, these are such wild generalities that there's no details in any of this. Whoever partners with Allah is like one falling down from the heavens. A bird will snatch it. Again, it's just so wild. This, and I call this con man language. Again, there's no specifics here. This is scary stuff.
You can make the kitchen sinks fit right in. Okay, 33. You have and them benefits until a fixed time, and then its place is the ancient house.
Wait. You have a fixed time. We don't know what a fixed time is. They didn't tell us. And then its place is in the ancient house. So something moves.
And we don't know what this ancient house is, and we don't know what the benefits are.
I mean,
surely it's not the benefits of falling from the sky and slapping into the ground. Okay. Oh, and here we go. And to every nation we have appointed religious ceremonies, so that they may remember the name of Allah over the beasts of livestock, which he provided them. So your God is one God. Okay, you got to be reminded that Allah is one God. So be Muslim to him. And give
be Muslim to who?
To Allah, I guess.
This is the hard. I can't multitask with this.
Yeah. And give the good news to the humble. What is the good news, ladies and gentlemen? Is he talking about Jesus?
I think we got to say this. It says, so your God is one God. So you have to read what Muslim means, be a submissive. Basically, you're submitting to him. So be submissive to him and give the good news to the humble. I still don't think Allah understands the concept of gospel or good news.
Actually,
so there's no good news here.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the Arabic word is actually Muslim, or if it's just a word for submission.
It's in the context, it's probably for submission for Muslim.
Yeah, and I know Muslims say that in order to be, what Muslim means one who submits to Allah.
Yeah, submits to Allah, but the concept of Allah is not in, Judaism and Christianity, so they're talking out of thin air.
Yeah. And not only that, they would have to show me the word Muslim being used prior to Islam, which they can't. I mean, even in the late 7th centuries, these people were being called Haggarites, Ishmaelites,
Mohammedans.
Mohammedans.
We get into the 1600s and 1700s. They call them Mohammedans.
Jacobi, the Doctrinal of Jacobi. Where they say this particular writing was dated to 634. It talks about a prophet coming and taking over this location. A prophet coming with a sword, and the people were saying, prophets don't come with swords. But my question would be, how do you have a prophet in 634? I mean, I swear Muhammad died in 632. And the person writing called them Saracens, not Muslims.
Yeah, that's right.
Apparently nobody knew what a Muslim was.
Yeah, the Saracens that's what the war was against. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, 35. Those when Allah's name is mentioned, their hearts tremble, and they're patient about whatever falls on them, and the performers of the prayer, and they spend from what we provided them. Oh my God, man. I think I'm actually going to be sick tomorrow. I'm feeling under the weather.
Does any of that make sense? Does any of that?
No, probably why I'm feeling my forehead and it's hot. I'm like, am I getting the olive flu or the Quran flu?
I just gave that's one of the shots they just gave my daughter, so I'm glad that she's immune from that. But I feel bad for you.
Oh man, I'm okay, man. I'm made out of yeah. I haven't been to the doctor in probably, I don't know, 15 years. Of course, tomorrow. Unfortunately for my dog, I can't say
prioritizing those Islamic medicine
yeah.
practices.
It's that camel piss that I ordered from Saudi Arabia and that Zamzam water, 50-50 shot. I take it like a shot of tequila. Man, it cures whatever ailments I might have. Okay, the rules for animal sacrifices were copied from Arabian paganistic practices. Eating camel meat is lawful in the Quran, but it is forbidden in the Mosaic law, Leviticus 11:4. Not only that, also eating rabbit is forbidden in the Mosaic law. Two of the things which Muhammad did. Okay, and the camels we have made for you for the sacrifice to Allah. You have good in them. I'm pretty sure the camels aren't agreeing with you.
Well, hey, don't Muslims always tell us that God desires mercy and not sacrifice?
Well, apparently not so, because here he wants sacrifice.
Isn't that a verse from the Bible originally?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they always claim that's why Jesus wasn't crucified, because as Christians we say that Jesus was a sacrifice, and Muslims are like, oh no.
But that makes no sense, because Jesus being crucified is the mercy over judgment.
Yeah, so we wouldn't have to face the violin player at the end. But here's the thing. So camels are being sacrificed to Allah. For what? For forgiveness of sins, or just for the hell of it?
Well, that's part of again, it's a pagan practice. They're being sacrificed. And this is done. The question is, what is the purpose? If somebody can't cover the sins of another, or a sacrifice can't cover sins, what is the purpose of the sacrifice? That I think is the best question.
Well, I've heard Muslims say it's to feed the people, because after they sacrifice the animals.
Wait a minute, that's not possible because you're burning it.
Well, I don't think the Muslims do the same kind of sacrifice as in the Bible. I think they kill them and then they eat them.
Well, that would make sense, because they got to feed everybody. But yeah, still doesn't make sense. But their idea of sacrifice is not to God.
Because in the Bible, when the animals were sacrificed, like you said, they were a burnt offering. Nobody ate of them. Okay, so mention the name of Allah over them, meaning the camels, as they stand in a row. Wow, kind of like an assembly line of animals that you're going to kill. Doctors becoming immune to the Islamic disease. I don't know, man. Today I'm not feeling it. All right, everybody's still on the backstage or in the stage, okay? So that when they fall over on their side, so eat from them. See?
Humpty Dumpty.
And feed the content in the baggers. How do you feed the content?
So, what do you fall? I mean, why are you falling on your side? Did we get a clue here as to why they were falling?
Well, apparently they're killing the camels while they're standing up. I mean, you kill the camel, he's going to have to fall somewhere. Right side, left side, he's going to have to fall. So then Allah says you can eat from them.
So I wonder where the...
Okay, so this allows you to eat dead things that have already fallen. Is that what I'm getting from this?
Yeah, as long as you say the name,
and that
Allah.
is forbidden in Jewish law. You don't.
Well, I mean, let's face it. You gotta kill something to eat it. You don't eat it alive.
Well, no, it is saying if it dies, you find it dead. This is the issue. If you find something dead under Judaic law, you can't eat it.
Right.
Well, under this law, you can find something
wait a minute.
dead and eat it.
They're not finding anything dead. They're killing it.
Well, Allah will never see, but He will be.
as part of the act, the sacrifice. And then, so Allah tells them, hey, man, after you slice their throat and they bleed out, okay, go and eat from them and feed the content and the beggar. What is that? What is feed the content?
So in
Maybe
the
you should
eternal,
say, and feed the content to the beggar or the leftovers. I don't know.
okay, so this is what I
Sacrifice them.
understand.
And this is what we were just saying. Actually, going back now, I see what you're saying. And they stand in awe in the row, and they fall over on their sides. So you've killed them. You've pretty much drained their blood and it's sprayed all over the place because of the way they kill them, which is extremely painful, by the way. They fall on their sides, and again, they don't understand the concept of a sacrifice. You're just going to so a sacrifice to them is just a killing.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I don't understand. So in the eternal the internal tablets of Allah, it has instructions that people have to wait for this camel to fall over before the people can eat it. What's the point of that?
Ask the pen. The pen's the one that wrote down the Quran up in the tablets. Okay, likewise, when we made them subservient to you, perhaps you will give thanks. Okay, so the animals are subservient to mankind. Allah will not receive their meat or their blood, but He will receive the piety from you. Okay. Likewise, He has made it subservient to you so that you might magnify Allah, meaning Allahu Akbar, boom, for His guidance. And give the good news to the doers of good. Again, good news. What good news? Somebody enlighten me of this good news. Surely Allah defends those who believed. Well, Allah's not doing a good job because think of all those Muslims that died after Muhammad died in the apostate wars. Okay, Allah didn't defend them. Allah didn't even defend the Kaaba from the other Muslim sect that stole the stone for about 20 years and crapped on it and broke it into pieces.
And you can go back a few more years. I mean, just not very long ago, and there was a war there over the Kaaba. And it was a small war.
And wasn't Mecca in the Kaaba invaded by like grasshoppers or these insects? I think there were grasshoppers. So,
locusts you're talking about?
It could have been locusts.
I think there was it's a ways back, yeah.
Hey, it wasn't 2 ways back. I think it was within the last 10 years, if not sooner.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Surely Allah defends those who believed. Okay. Surely Allah does not love any traitor, infidel.
You said He defends those who believed.
So it's past tense. They don't know. So He defends those who don't believe anymore.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I guess Allah defended the people in the past, but He's not gonna.
No, he's defending those who leave Islam.
Hold on. Okay, where is it? I want to double check this.
38.
Okay, guy.
I mean, it says something. If Allah Allah defends those who believed. I mean, it's a past tense.
Yeah, but how does Allah defend? How has He defended? Because
He usually, like, if we're talking about Allah, it has to do something with torture. I don't think I want him defending me because if he has a love of torture.
Okay, so 39. Permission is given to those who engage in war because they were wronged, and surely Allah is capable of helping them. Okay, I mean, I got no problems with you fighting a war if somebody did something to you.
Sorry, I think I'm on the wrong chapter. What chapter?
20.
21?
No, we're in 22.
22. 22:38. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we're in the chapter of the pilgrimage. Okay, Allah ordained war to prevent the ungodly from destroying all godly things. Yeah, Allah's such a nice guy.
So let's say that again. Allah ordained war to prevent the ungodly. Wait a minute. Are the ungodly capable of destroying godly things?
I guess they are.
No, okay, I can give that to him because it just doesn't. I mean, we've seen the Romans come over and take over the Jewish temple and things like that, but it still makes me say that Allah isn't capable.
Yeah, but usually when God does that, it's a form of punishment because the Israelites have gone away. Like
because the Israelites went astray. Yes.
Yeah, like he gives them, and they got separated by the Assyrians and the Babylonians and all of that. So, and
again,
then
here's the issue though: destroying. If we look at this, destroying all, and usually what happens is they take the godly things and they put them aside and store them, because that's how they got to rebuild the temple. Before they found this stuff, or they were given this stuff, and this is where they came back and built the temple after a destruction, because nobody would destroy, and that's kind of interesting.
Okay, number 8, cloisters and churches. Okay. Those who have been driven from their homes unjustly, except they said, "Our Lord is Allah." Were it not that Allah had repelled some people by others, cloisters, I don't know what that means.
Well, cloisters are groups like monks and nuns.
And churches and salawats. Number 10. I forgot about number 10. Synagogues. Okay.
So you have groups of, I'm just going to go with groups of men and women who are basically, there would have been, I don't think there would have, I don't know, to go back, see if that, I don't know if there could have been monks and nuns by that point.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If this is being told to Muhammad, how many mosques existed at the time of Muhammad?
There couldn't have been but one.
Okay. So Allah made a boo-boo here. Now, there were plenty of synagogues, and we know there were plenty of churches, but they weren't mosques. Where would the mosques be? Because let's assume that this is talking about Muhammad, and Allah's not talking about future events, relaying the future events to Muhammad, which I don't see here. Allah is saying that mosques were repelled, that Allah repelled people from, I guess, destroying mosques, but there were no mosques to destroy.
Well, this is beyond Allah's knowledge.
Very interesting. I mean, if anything, there might have been one mosque after Muhammad supposedly invented Islam, because I don't think the pagans had mosques. Okay, in which the name of Allah is remembered. Well, I don't think the Jews are remembering Allah, and I don't think the Christians or the churches are remembering Allah. As a matter of fact, I don't think any of them know who Allah is. And remember, would surely have been destroyed. And indeed, Allah will help those who help him. Whoa, Allah needs help. Allah also needs money, because there's the verse that says, whoever loans Allah a good loan, something like that. So now Allah helps those who help him. Now, how can I help God? Can somebody explain that to me? What could I do that God can't do?
Well, all I could say is you could allow yourself you can be used of him, and you'd be willing. That makes things a little easier, but I mean, that's a good question.
I mean, does God actually really need us? If he wants to do something, I'm pretty sure he can have it done without me helping him. So I don't know what that means. Surely Allah is strong, dear. Allah lifts weights, guys. Don't mess with the dude, man. I hear he's got 20-inch biceps.
Well, hey, speaking of that, one time when I was talking to, what's his name, Mr. Islam Strikes Back or whatever.
Yeah, Mr. Islam is back, Shaheed Lewis.
Yeah, I was questioning him about how Jesus had the power to create a bird.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, Shadid told me that Jesus got the power just like he got the power by lifting weights. So it's kind of what's going on here, I think. So, Allah is getting strong by lifting weights. So obviously we can be strong like Allah and lift weights too.
Wait a minute. Did Shahid actually say that?
Yes, I swear.
Oh man, I would love to have that recorded. Okay, so Jesus did those things because he was lifting weights. Okay, so he compares Jesus creating clay birds and turning them into life like lifting weights. Okay. 41. Those who, if we establish them on the earth. Okay, Allah, where are you going to establish them if not on the earth? Perform the prayer and the legal alms, and commanded what is right, and forbade from the evil, and to Allah the end of the affairs. This makes no sense. Oops. Allah don't want me to read 42. And if they deny you, so indeed, before them the people of Noah and Ad and Tammud denied.
Wait a minute. Wait, okay. Was there ever? I mean, we look at how can you have all these? We don't know who Ad and Tammud is. Nobody ever heard of Ad and Tammud. They just made up groups. And the people of Noah aren't they dead, wiped out? I mean,
well, no, I guess what he's trying to give an example of how the people of Noah and the people of Ad and the people of Tammud, they denied the messengers of Allah.
If we're talking about the people of Noah, that would specifically be every single human being alive.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, after all. But you got to remember, in the Islamic tradition, the flood was not global. It was, I guess, in that little area where Noah was at. Because remember, Allah also flooded Egypt and destroyed all the houses.
That's right. The desert god can't comprehend that there was such a thing as a world flood.
Yeah. Okay, and the people of Abraham and the people of Lot and the companions of Midian, and Moses was denied.
Does that even wait a minute?
Oh,
Does that even make any sense? Okay, and you have the people of Abraham and the people of Lot and the companions.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Abraham and Lot and Moses live at the same time?
I mean, could be.
Where we have chronological pyramid of Allah again.
But what does he mean by the companions of Midian? That's not a person.
it's
This is because Allah, again, it's
that's like a kingdom.
Pyramid of Allah. Too bad.
That's
he
like a
needs some
kingdom.
Serious mental health help,
Right.
or some serious. I mean, as a special ed teacher, I think we need to give him an IEP because he needs some serious help.
Okay, so I don't know who Midian is. Allah is such a moron. Absolutely no direction. You got that right, repent. Allah needs some serious psychotherapy.
I don't think psychotherapy helped. This is a severe learning disability.
Okay.
I mean, you can't. Allah would explain why Allah can't get any stories correct, because he can't put things in chronological order. It also explains why the stories are spliced up, because this chronological impairment, yeah, it's so severe. I mean, he is constantly displays. Whoever wrote this, if it's not Muhammad, whoever it is, I don't know, has some severe issues in his brain that make him unable to do many things. And one of them is put things in chronological order. And he can't, that says something.
Yeah, see,
you know what TBI is? Does everybody know what TBI is? Traumatic brain injury. This makes me think that Allah has traumatic brain injury. That's where I'm going.
Maybe from banging his head 50 times on the floor.
That might be okay.
I
So
mean, that is what he told Muhammad. They had to do 50 prayers, so that's 50 times you banging your head on the floor. Sooner or later, something is going to come loose upstairs.
Well, it's this could be why no one maybe that's why they make their followers bang their head so they can have the same impairment.
Now you got to say he at least got the chronological order of the prophets. Now,
well,
you got
no, he
Noah
didn't. No, he didn't.
and Abraham.
Well, no, he's okay. So we got last time he put. Didn't he get Abraham and Noah? Didn't he have Abraham as the son of Noah?
Yeah, he screwed up.
No,
in the past.
Noah was the son of Abraham last time.
Yeah, so we got Noah, we got Abraham, the companions of Midian, which is a geographical location. So
but
you can't
again, that's
so
where he's wrong.
Yeah, you can't be a companion of a geographical location. You can come from a location. I'm not a companion of Tennessee. How am I supposed to be a companion?
So he's still trying to say people of Lot, people of Abraham, people of you could use the word people of Midian, but again,
what's
it's just not
the
going to
verse? And I'm going to double check the Arabic so I can see what amazing word is present.
44.
Okay.
And then we continue. And Moses was denied. So I delayed to the infidels. We don't know what he delayed. Then I seized them. So how is my repudiation? I don't know. How is it, Allah?
We don't know what. Okay, we don't know what Moses was denied. We don't know what he delayed. Oh, so he delayed seizing them. What did he do when he seized them? Hey,
I don't know.
Hey, sit here for a second. Be good boy type thing. Okay, sit in the corner. Nothing happened that we hear. We don't know what he did. He says, "How was my repudiation?" How do we know? Because we don't know what you did. Again, I'm getting back to con man language when I'm talking about this.
So it says "wa ashab," which means the companions.
Yeah.
Right. And you can't be a companion to a location. Like I can't be a companion of Miami, Florida. It's not a thing for me to be a companion.
So when you I just can't.
So Allah doesn't know Midian is his location.
All of us think that Midian is a person. Because you could only be a companion to a person, to another person.
Well, Midianites. So it's just too much.
Well, I mean, if he would have said, Midianites, then okay, I could accept that because Midianites were the people that lived in Midian, and you could be a companion to a group of people. That's okay, but not the way Allah has it here. Okay, so how many a village we destroyed when it was unjust? I don't know. So it became empty, and its trellises and its wells have been abandoned, and its lofty castles. I have no clue, Allah. If I did, then I'd be better than you. Okay, 46. Have they not walked on the earth? I don't know, Allah, where they're supposed to walk. Please explain that to me. So it will be to them hearts to understand.
Hearts to understand. What are we talking about here? Doesn't make any sense.
I didn't know.
I get hard to understand. Does Allah not know how to write the word hard?
Yeah.
This is scary.
So it will be to them hearts. Well, I mean, he's got the word them, so it would be hearts. But I don't understand with my heart. I understand with my mind, my faculties.
That might be too hard for Allah to understand. Again, I said I think Allah has TBI.
What's the word now? So I can't remember.
He could have this problem with saying the correct words if he has TBI.
Yeah. Have they not walked on earth, so it will be to them hearts to understand, and wit or ears to hear. Okay, you got that right. You do use your ears to hear. Wit. Surely it will not blind the eyes. What will not blind the eyes?
We have no clue. Again,
but it will blind the hearts. which is in the chests.
Oh, he at
Woo-hoo-hoo,
least
you got
knows
that right.
that.
Wow, Allah got something right. But how
Knows
do you
that
blind
arms
the
are in the
heart?
chest. Oh boy.
How do you blind the heart?
With
Okay,
evil.
Muhammad.
Wait. Okay, I can answer that one. How do you blind the heart? With evil.
Okay. But see, I have a problem because the heart's function is only to beat,
No,
to pump. It
it's
pumps.
referred to in just about every faith structure as a place of spiritual discernment for good and evil. So
I mean,
if your heart is blinded, you can't tell the difference between good and evil.
yeah, I mean, I know my heart's got me in trouble a couple of times with the ladies.
Well, do you hear where I'm going?
Yeah.
You
I
can't
should
tell.
have I should have listened to my brain. See, this is the point where my brain was telling me, "Run, dude, run," but my heart said, "Nah, come on, man, look at her." Yeah, Muhammad has copied a well-known verse from the Bible found in 2 Peter's chapter 3, verse 8. What's new? And they hastened you with the torments, and Allah will not change his promise.
Again, we have Allah's love of torment.
And surely one day with your Lord is like 1,000 years of what you count.
Well, wouldn't it be like 1,000 years if you were being tortured?
Yeah, it would be. And how many a village have I delayed to it?
Delayed what?
Its punishment.
Oh my gosh. So
And
if he delays
we,
punishment, everybody's
yes.
going, yay, because Allah just likes to kill us and torture
So
us.
Allah is saying, you know what? Listen, man, I've been nice. I've delayed punishment to places that really should have been punished, but I delayed it. But then I seized it, and the final return is to me.
Wait,
Okay.
he didn't explain anything here. I mean, he didn't
Yeah.
tell us what
So
he did.
is Allah saying that the villages are going to return to him too?
And the final return, I mean,
So,
again, we get the vagueness of con man.
and
A
he
final
seized
return is
it.
to me. What are we talking about here? Does anybody have a clue?
I don't know. Now, did Allah seize the village or did he seize the people in the village? Makes a big
I have
difference.
no clue. Maybe he just took the physical place. I mean, I don't
Right.
know.
Did he grab the houses and brought him into wherever he is? All right, who knows? Allah knows best. 49, say, "Oh, you people, surely I am only a plain warner to you."
So is this Muhammad speaking?
Somebody. No clue. So those see the whole concept is whenever he talks about a plain warner, blah blah blah, it's Muhammad because this was revealed to him.
So
it has to
Muhammad's
be
a
revealed.
warner.
Yeah.
He's not a prophet. It said he's a messenger, and a messenger can't be a prophet. So we still have yet to hear.
Well, no, because in the Islamic tradition, a messenger can be a prophet, but somehow a prophet can't be a messenger. Makes no sense. But hey, that's Allah for you.
Yeah, but he doesn't know what he said.
So those who
Again, he doesn't know what he said. Again, that's TBI.
but according to the Quran, Allah sends prophets with books and wisdom, and then he sends a messenger confirming what the prophet brought. So it would make no sense for you to be a prophet and a messenger. What, you're going to confirm what you bring? You can't do that. I can't be a witness against a crime that I supposedly am being charged with. Yeah, I'm going to say, hey, yeah, Your Honor, I really shot that person two times in the back
if
of
you
the
can
head.
do that, we're going to call you schizoid.
I'm telling you. Maybe Allah had multiple personalities.
There's another possible.
What was that?
Concept of the puppet.
Yeah, what was that? Wasn't her name Eve or something? She had like 40 different personalities, something like that.
Yeah, I remember seeing that movie. Yeah.
So those who believed and did good deeds, they have forgiveness and a generous provision. And those who strove to hinder our verses, they are the companions of hell.
So that's a really important verse here. Those who strove to hinder our verses.
Yeah.
So Allah can be slow. Allah's verses can be slowed. I mean, it says people have power over Allah. I mean, it says maybe it's implied power. Those who strove. I mean, actually, it doesn't say they have the power, but they were striving to hinder the verses.
I
Now,
mean, how do you
yeah.
hinder verses unless you're hindering the person that's conveying the verses? You can't hinder verses by themselves because verses aren't a thing. But that's Allah.
You
Muhammad
can't.
defends himself concerning his quotation of the satanic verses in verses 53, 19, and 23. But we're only in chapter 22. So, okay. By claiming that it's a normal thing which took place with many prophets before him. However, this claim is unsubstantiated. Your Honor, I move to strike that from the books. Okay, 52. And we did not send before you any messenger nor prophet except that when he wishes, Satan casts in his wishes.
So Allah abrogates what Satan casts. Allah fixes it. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused here. Except that who's doing the wishing here?
Well, apparently the messengers and the prophets, when they made wishes, Satan also cast in their wishes.
So is Allah consider so is Satan? It's speaking about messengers, and it mentioned prophet, right? So
Yeah.
is Satan now considered a messenger because he's included in the same topic?
Well, no, it's just saying that Satan casts his own little wishes into the wishes of the messenger and the prophet. Now, wishes does not make any sense to me. But so Allah abrogates what Satan casts. Okay. Then Allah fixed his verses.
So wait. Does that not say that Satan has verses and the implication here is part of the Quran?
Satan has power.
So Satan has stuff written into the Quran. That's quite a statement, isn't it?
Yeah. But here's the funny thing is why does it go from wishes to verses? If it's wishes, why is Allah fixing his verses? So that means Satan cast verses into the mouths of the prophets. So I because they would make no sense. Okay. Satan casts into your wishes. So Allah abrogates what Satan casts, and then he fixes his verses. Fixes whose verses? Satan verses? So therefore, it
I
can't
think
be
I think it pretty much says that Allah and Satan are using the same people.
Yeah, but you see what I'm getting to? Allah fixes Satan's verses, but before it says Satan casts in his wishes. Where's the verses there? Are wishes another name for verses?
Well, this is another again. It's telling us that Allah and Satan kind of work together.
Oh, did Leah drop off again? I guess she did.
No, yeah, I guess she did.
I did bring back Larry. Okay. And Allah is knowing wise. Okay, 53. So he made what Satan casts a sedition to those who have sickness in their hearts, and those who their hearts are hardened, and surely the unjust are in far opposition. I don't know what that means, but that's okay.
That doesn't make any sense. Unjust and far. Okay, I get if you're unjust, it would be opposed to God. I get that part, but far opposition, I don't think that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
It's like the difference between near and far. I mean, it's just kind of. I don't think Allah understands a lot of words.
No, he doesn't. Okay, 54. And so that those who have been given the knowledge know that it is the truth from your Lord, so that they believe in it, and their hearts may be humble to it. And surely Allah will guide those who believed into a straight way. And still those who became infidels in doubt of it until the hour comes to them suddenly, or the torment will come to them on a barren day. Okay. The kingdom on that day is to Allah. What kingdom? He will judge between them. So those who believed and did good deeds are in the gardens of bliss. And those who became infidels and denied our verses, so those will have a disgraceful torment. Those who leave home to engage in war for Allah will be rewarded, a recurring theme. Yep. And those who immigrated, which we read that before, for the sake of Allah, and then were killed or died. I'm sorry. What's the difference between being killed or died? Oh, okay. Okay, he's making the distinction between those who immigrated for the sake of Allah and were killed, like maybe in the battle, or just died of natural
So you
causes.
have those who were killed are those who are jihadis who die in action.
Yes. Or
And
if you die in old
those
age.
who died are those who died in the process or after migrating who didn't get to go kill somebody or try to kill somebody.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that this is talking about the people who fought for the sake of Allah, because
Well, yeah, again, if you emigrate,
yeah,
and if you emigrate for the purpose of jihad, so you emigrate and you don't go kill somebody, but you at least did that for the purpose.
Because then it says Allah will surely provide for them an excellent provision. I can't see Allah providing an excellent provision for a Muslim who just dies of natural old age. You know, just doesn't sound like Allah. And surely Allah is.
I'm sorry. The truth is that all Muslims go to hell, and we've read that just the other day. So yeah. No
and
provision.
surely Allah is the best of the providers. Now I really don't have a problem with using a plural here, because humans do provide. Okay, 59. He will admit them an entrance which will please them. That doesn't make no sense. He will admit them an entrance which will please them. Okay,
so has Allah got a door someplace that we do?
It could be, man.
A door.
You're getting like a VIP entrance, which, okay. And surely Allah is knowing, forbearing. Okay, we know that already. Okay, 60. That and whoever punishes like what he was punished with, then he was oppressed. I have no clue what that means. Allah will help him.
Help him from what? Because we don't understand the last part.
That's okay. He will admit them an entrance in which will please them. And surely Allah is all-knowing and forbearing. That would be a continuation. A continuation of what? That and whoever punishes like what he was punished. What the hell is he talking about?
Again, we go back to Allah's love of torture.
Okay, but who's punishing like he was punished?
It doesn't. It's just such a lack of clarity here. It just. If anybody finds clarity here, please raise their hand.
Okay, like that he was punished with, then he was oppressed. Okay, I mean, okay, whatever, Allah. Allah will help him, okay. Surely Allah is pardoning and forgiving, okay. That is because Allah penetrates the night. Ooh, sounds kind of perverted here. Allah penetrates the night into the day and penetrates the day into the night.
Okay, this.
Are you getting
I'll
a
be
sexual?
honest. I look at this. Allah penetrates the night into the day. I mean, that is an actual. It sounds like an act of sex.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of penetrating going on here.
Okay, so penetrating the night into the day. So is this Allah's concept? Is that sex occurs because Allah is somehow having sex with a concept of night and day?
I have no clue. Okay, and that Allah is hearing and seeing. Okay. That is because Allah is the truth, and that what they call on other than him is the vanity. And surely Allah is the high, the big what? He's the high what and the big what? You gotta have a what? You gotta complete the big what? The big cojones?
He's a big wuss.
Could be. The big moron? I mean, what? You don't finish a sentence with, okay, Paul is the big. I'm going to ask you, Paul is a normal reaction by anybody with half a brain would be, okay, Paul is the big what?
The big cojones.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I know, this is where I think Allah has to keep telling people he's high and big. What do we say about just pick out males? What do we say about males who go out and tell people they're how great they are and stuff? We usually say they have something small.
Yeah, like the guy who drives around the Ferrari, he's compensating for a small pecker.
Yeah, and that's
no. I
sit there and you wonder if this is actually he.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know. I've never put that to the test, and I have no intentions of figuring out the size of peckers of people who drive Ferraris. So what does that mean so what is a woman compensating if she drives the Ferrari? For
maybe
a loose goose?
Maybe that's a trans dresser these days.
maybe she's compensating for a loosey goosey.
Oh, I don't even want to know. Oh my gosh! No, I'm up where I live. There's a lot of those. So
it's 63. Do you not see that Allah sends down water from the heaven? Okay, yeah, I see that. So the earth becomes green.
Wait a minute. Read that again.
Do you not see that Allah sends down water from heaven so that the earth becomes green? But we have places that
wait a minute.
Green.
But we have a problem here.
What's the problem?
Is there green in the desert?
No.
Is there green any place near Mecca or Medina?
Not that I know of.
So where?
So Allah doesn't send water. Now I know Mecca's been flooded a couple of times, so surely there must be water from somewhere. But I don't know about the green because I haven't seen anything green because of the heat. Okay.
The flood, what you're talking about with Mecca is called a flash flood, and that the water comes in, it stays, and then it just gets sucked into the earth. That actually that's not unusual for deserts.
My question is, where does that water come from?
The sky.
So it's like kind of like reminds me of that week in Florida, South Miami, where it rained for the whole week, and
in this case. In a desert, when you have a flash flood, it rains, but it rains extremely hard. And because of the ground, the way it is in the desert, there's no place for the water to go into the earth. So it just piles up. And this is and there's actual studies about how this makes actual caves, caverns. The water is so damaging. It does incredible damage. It's just kind of mind numbing.
Too bad the water didn't flash flood the Kaaba down. Okay, surely Allah is kind, aware.
He's not aware of anything he's saying, that's for sure. Sounds like Joe Biden there.
To him, what is in the heavens and what is on the earth. And surely Allah is the rich, the praised.
Again, we're talking about he's got to brag. He's got to tell people something about himself. And
Allah
this
is
where we
rich.
start thinking, maybe somebody does have that small issue.
And how is Allah rich? Does he have a gold mine, diamond mine? Heaven is a structure that Allah is holding by his hand. Which hand? Both right hands?
Wait, doesn't he have a couple right hands, or is it left hands?
He's got two right hands, so that would be kind
right
of hard
hand.
to hold.
So we have a problem.
So he can only hold one part of the heaven. Okay, now Allah is also assuming that the heaven is a physical, barrier. Space is space. Okay. That's kind of like me saying, hey, Paul, I'm going outside and I'm going to hold up the air. Paul be like, okay, hold on a second, man. I'm going to call the guys who drive the van with the white jackets. Hey, I got a guy here. He says he's going to go outside and he's going to hold up the air. You know, he's going to do some. He's going to do some shoulder presses with the air.
And he just said he's rich. So
Yeah.
make sure if you're coming, you're okay. So don't take the payout. Okay.
Okay, 65. Do you not see that Allah has made subservient to you what is on the earth, and the ships run in the sea with his command? No, there's nothing here that's really subservient to me. Even my dog doesn't pay attention to me.
Wait, this is not even a coherent strain of thought.
No.
Do you not see that Allah has made subservient to you what's on the earth? Okay, that would be a coherent thought, and which means it puts together. And the ships run in the sea with who? Wait a minute, whose command?
I guess Allah's command.
Sorry, the ships run in the sea by an individual. It's a plural here. Individual captain's commands. It's not like they're on a set course by predetermined course by somebody. I mean, there's somebody actually having to deal with this. Again, it's clear that they have no idea what
Sailing involves.
Yeah, they have no idea what sailing is about.
And he holds the heaven. Okay, but I thought it was the heavens. I mean, there's supposed to be 7 heavens. So is he only holding the lower one? But they're all supposed to be one on top of each other. So he's actually holding the 7 heavens. Surely, okay. Hold on. And he holds the heaven so that it will not fall on the earth, except with his permission.
The sky is falling.
Yes,
the sky is falling.
Now, the concept of the sky is falling is that the sky is not falling. What's in the sky might be falling. You know, like meteors. I mean, if the sun was ever to fall, I mean, just bend over, kiss your butt, and say goodbye. We would be gone before the sun even got remotely close to us. We would just become baked goods. Surely Allah is with the people, compassionate, merciful.
I haven't seen mercy because he has like, how can you? I mean, I always wonder why he calls himself mercy when he has such a love of torture. I mean, it's like mocking everybody. This concept of mercy, they call Allah merciful when he has a love of torture that he can't stop talking about. And I think he's laughing at anyone who actually believes he's merciful.
And then we go on, 66. And he is who has given you life. Then he will cause you to die, and then he will give you life.
Okay, so this is something to think about. I mean, we actually have serial killers who will actually cause people to die. He'll put them out to the edge of death. He'll bring them back to life, and he'll do the whole thing over again.
Yeah.
This is torture, people. Again, this is Allah explaining a torture that he likes to do.
Surely the human is an infidel. Okay. Again, he repeats himself. To every nation we have appointed religious ceremonies that they observe. So do not let them dispute with you in the affair.
Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, so if Allah gave them their own rituals, why would there be any dispute? Because if Allah gave it to them,
I don't know. Okay, so do not let them dispute with you in the affair, and call on your Lord. Surely you are on a straight guidance.
But so are they if they were given these religious ceremonies.
I guess they're not following. 68. But if they dispute with you, so say, Allah knows best what you are doing. So when you have a question and you don't have an answer, just say, Allah knows best what you are asking.
But Allah doesn't seem to know a lot.
He doesn't.
I'm finding out. The God perhaps doesn't have a lot of knowledge.
So 69. Allah will judge between you on the election day between you and what? On the election day about what you were differing.
That's not clear about anything. Judge between you on the.
I mean,
what
first
are we
of all,
differing about? I mean, I'm talking about different religious beliefs, which Allah already said he claims that he's the one who gave them their beliefs. So What is the
Yeah, but
difference? I mean, does it
but
matter?
the other, right, but the other problem is when you say Allah will judge between you, I'm expecting something else. Allah will judge you between you and Mary, right? About on election day, about what you were differing. It would have to be he's going to judge between you and somebody else about what you guys were differing. That's the only thing it makes.
So you rise up, you're resurrected, and now you have a difference. Okay, I can get that.
I mean, okay. I mean, I 70. Do you not know that Allah knows what is in the heaven and the earth? Surely that is in his book. We're talking about the iPad that's in the seven heavens. Allah said Android was just not good enough for him. He needs to be an Apple guy. Surely that is easy for Allah. What is easy for Allah? Oh, knowing what's in the heavens and the earth? We
know that Allah doesn't know what's in the heavens and earth because he calls stars missiles.
There is no help for those who serve anyone but Allah. And they are serving without Allah. They are serving without Allah what he did not send down with authority, and what they did not have knowledge of, and the unjust have no helper. Okay. A mouthful that says absolutely nothing. And when our clear verses are recited to them, have we seen clear verses? Okay, maybe
I'm still
a few.
waiting for one. Please give me one.
Maybe a few. Not many. You will know the disgraceful deed in the faces of those who became infidels. Okay. They will almost attack those. They will almost attack those who recite to them our verses.
Wait, that's kind of really confusing. Why would you want to attack someone who recites his verses? Oh, yeah, maybe they're Satan's verses.
But it also doesn't make sense because he says they will almost attack. So that means they don't attack you. They almost attack you for it, but they won't attack you for it. Maybe Allah should have said they will surely attack those who recite them our verses. That would make sense. They will almost, not so much. Say, will I inform you about the evils from this fire? What fire? Allah promises it to those who became infidels, and evil is the final place. Okay, say, I will inform you about the evil from this fire. Okay.
So,
what fire?
Is he talking about hell? I mean,
I guess he's talking about hell, and he's telling people that Allah promises that that's where those who become infidel will.
And evil is a place. And that's the first time I've heard of evil being a place. Is this why Allah doesn't understand what good and evil are? Is good a place now? That's kind of confusing.
Evil is a concept.
Oh, TBI. So Allah doesn't know the right words to say.
Yeah. Let me know when evil becomes a place, then I'm gonna stay away from it. I won't book my my 2-day, free bonus travel miles. Okay, 73. Oh, you people, a parable is set for you. So listen to it. What parable? What am I listening to here? Surely do those who call on without Allah, they cannot create flies, even if they were gathered to it. And if the flies snatched something away, they cannot rescue it away from them.
Wait. What people are we talking about here? Because are we talking about the infidels? Or are we talking about Allah's followers?
I guess it's the infidels. I do believe that we can create a fly today with the technology that we have.
And it can snatch things away, yeah.
Come on. What exactly is a fly snatching?
It's not it's not big enough for us to think about it normally.
I mean, hell, even a horsefly, which is a big fly. I don't see what could a fly snatch?
Little
A
bitty
French
crumbs.
fries? I'd like to see a fly go, take off with a French fry.
That would be
Okay,
funny to watch.
that would be funny. Okay, and they cannot rescue it from it. Weak is the seeker and the sought.
Where does that come from? I mean, it doesn't make any sense again.
No, I don't know. Weak is the seeker and the sought. What the hell does that mean?
If we go back, I mean, I know I have seen a biography of Muhammad that claims that he had temporal lobe seizures, and all of this, this disjointed thought process would fit. And again, if you had temporal lobe seizures to the extent that we're talking about, it would imply that there was some kind of traumatic brain injury. Weak is this again, this disjointed thought process. It's the only thing that really explains it. Is Allah the result of TBI? I mean, I'm having a hard time with this. I mean, if you're looking at things logically and using a critical thinking mind, you have to start wondering where all these things this disjointed thought process. What's the cause of this? Would TBI be an answer? Would temporal lobe seizures be an answer? And then there's that con man language that comes in from time to time. Maybe there's still an element possible. I think Kufar pulled something out that could be actual. True is could this be could there be a second personality with Muhammad instead of being the sock bucket? It's a second personality. I mean, I don't have an answer.
I don't think Allah has an answer. Okay, so weak is the seeker and the sought. I don't know what that means. 74. Yeah. They did not value Allah and his true value. Surely Allah is strong, dear. Allah chooses messengers. Oh, wait a minute. Allah chooses messengers from the angels and from the people. Surely Allah is hearing, seeing. Now, what besides Jibreel, what other angel messengers? Now we know Mary had at least 3 angel messengers come to her. Okay. So if Allah had messengers from the angels, what the hell did he need people? Okay.
Well, angels actually, this is where the truth of the matter is, Allah doesn't know what the word angel means. It means messenger.
Right.
It's we use the word angel. It's a messenger from God. That's what it actually means. Angelos, messenger. So right. Allah doesn't know this, and it's clearly written here. So Allah is showing he is ignorant.
So Allah, okay, so Allah knows what is between their hands and what is behind them, and all the affairs will return to Allah. Between whose hands? The hands of the angels? The hands of the people?
And what's behind them?
I don't know. I mean, are you holding something between your hands behind you?
Okay. I have something behind me. Can you tell me what it is? I'll give you 20 guesses.
Muslims are named by Abraham. Oh, I didn't know that. Also, believers must worship humbly and engage in true jihad. All you who have believed, kneel and worship and serve your Lord and do good. Perhaps you will prosper. So after all it is, I don't know if I'm going to prosper. Perhaps. Come on, I need a little bit more assurance than perhaps. Because what happens at the end of the day, my perhaps turns into I got screwed. Okay. And perform jihads in Allah. I don't know what that means. His true jihads, he elected you, and he did not place you on any hardship in the religion of your father Abraham. But we don't know what the religion of Abraham was. He was a Hanafa. But it's a word that nobody knows what it is because it's not an Arabic word. He has named you the Muslims. I don't
The
recall
submitters.
if
The submitters.
okay, all right. I think Osama should have just left it submitters
Yeah.
because
Well,
Abraham would have not known what the word Muslims is, which is another reason why you can tell that this stuff came after the late 8th century,
yeah.
because nowhere before was the word Muslim ever recorded or used.
I mean, nobody called submitters. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
He has named you the Muslims before and this, okay, and this what? That the messengers may be a witness against you, okay, and that you may be witnesses against the people. Oh, okay, I mean, so perform the prayer. It doesn't say the prayers. It says perform the prayer.
We
One
have to do
prayer.
one.
And bring the legal alms. Guys, do not bring the illegal ones. The illegal ones will not be accepted. And hold fast to Allah. Again, I don't like that. I can't hold to Allah. If Allah is not a physical thing, it should say, and hold fast to your faith in Allah. But then again, Allah,
Well, I mean, this Allah, he talks about how big he is. I still think he's very human, because and maybe has that small issue because he keeps talking about himself in certain ways that. And again, we talk about what they do that because they have to compensate. Again, if this is a second personality, it makes sense, unfortunately. But he's talking about. I mean, he doesn't know how many prayers he has to perform. Apparently, the singular prayer, the legal alms. I love your comment, by the way. Don't bring the illegal stuff.
I mean, if he's saying bring the legal ones, that implies that there are also illegal ones. That is how things work. In order for something to be illegal, there has to be something that's illegal. Otherwise, everything's cool. Okay, let's finish this sucker off. He is your protector. So blessed is the protector and blessed is the helper.
Okay, so here we come back to that. He has to talk about how big he is. He's the best protector type thing. He gets blessed, and blessed is the helper. Who's the helper? The Ansari people are called the helpers. Ansari means helper.
Yeah, I'm guessing that the helper is Allah is the helper and the protector. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are done for this particular 2 hours. We will be back with our regular scheduled 6:00 p.m. Show, and hopefully Usama will be here to entertain us with the mini hadith translations or interpretations. So,
or tafsirs,
yeah, tafsirs. Larry, thank you. Paul, I will see you at 6. Larry, if you're available, you're more than welcome to the show. Yeah, I guess that's it. Have we learned anything? Not really.
I didn't.
No, I didn't learn anything either. I'm pretty sure. Well, okay, I take that back. I did learn something. Allah sucks.
I learned that Allah may be trying to compensate for something because he's starting to brag. I mean, we see this bragging going on, and I mean, the more I look at this, it's more possible that Allah has TBI, or whoever writes this has TBI. It explains a whole lot if that's the case, but it doesn't have a lot of sense in it.
Okay, so chapter 23 is going to have 118 verses. I don't think we're going to finish that in 2 hours. Like I said, we typically do. Although we did pretty good. We finished this, so who knows? Maybe if nothing else, I guarantee you we'll be like maybe 10 to 20 verses before completing the chapter. Of course, if Osama is here, we'll be lucky if we get 50. But that's okay because he brings
A lot of material.
He brings a lot of materials, and he's funny. You know, I like funny because I like to be funny. So, okay, I'll see you guys at 6 o'clock.
See you at 6.
I'm gonna go make some dinner, and
Enjoy. See you in a bit.
well, I should say I'm gonna reheat leftovers from 2 days ago. All right, see you guys later.
Bye.
All right, guys, thank you for coming, and I'll see you guys at 6 o'clock if you're available.